You know, people keep asking me if I'm back. I never had an answer for them. But you know what? I'm thinking I'm back. So John Wick stars Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, Willem Dafoe, and is directed by someone who I don't know because I forgot to look. We're back in the KEANUVERSE for... Okay, I thought I was going to finish up this KEANUVERSE thing for now with the 3 John Wicks, and then I remembered I also have Constantine to do. So, Constantine, because what I want to do is finish these up, and then I want to do the Child's Play franchise, because the remake comes out on Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow. I'm going to grab that, and I want to do the Child's Play franchise, get that done before October so I could work on that stuff. And then in November, you know, since KEANUVERSE will be somewhat finished, we will then enter Arnold Mania with Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I came up with the name. I want to do one with Stallone too, but I need to get more Stallone movies because I do have a good amount of them. Some of his best work I don't have, like Cobra or Copland, stuff like that. I have like the Rocky movies, the Rambo movies, the Expendables movies, and Demolition Man is probably all I have. But there's other ones I want to get into. But right now we're talking about John Wick. Keanu Reeves for a long time, you know. I didn't think this is his first big break in a long while. That came along, and you know it's been what they call the Keanu-sance ever since. So the main story here is John Wick is a retired assassin, and when his wife passes away from, I believe, cancer, he is given a dog as I think from his wife. I think they were estranged, and he gets this dog from her, and some jackass who, you know, happens to run into John Wick while he's filling his car with gas, decides, I want the car. So he and his buddies break into John Wick's house, kill the dog, steal the car, and then have hell to pay once the guy's father, well-known guy in the Assassin Brotherhood, finds out about this. He says, you're fucked, because it's John Wick's car, it's John Wick's dog, and John Wick is coming after you. So, first thing I want to talk about here is the guy who does this. This is one of the reasons why I don't really like Lethal Weapon 2. This kid, well, he's probably in his 30s, but this guy thinks he can get away with anything because of who his father is. His father is a well-known mob boss, head in the Assassin Brotherhood. He thinks because of that, he can get away with whatever the hell he wants, and has to pay no consequences for it. Much like the villain in Lethal Weapon 2 has the diplomatic immunity, so he can do whatever the hell he wants and get away with it. He can't get arrested because he has diplomatic immunity. So this guy, you know, but this guy is kind of in the same pool here, except for he didn't count on one variable: John Wick. And even, you know, when he tries to sell this car to this guy played by John Leguizamo, he brings the car in, Leguizamo sees it and runs away. Where'd you get that car? Where'd you get it? You know, once he realizes whose car it was, he tells him to leave. Guy takes the car with him. So, you know, you don't fuck with John Wick. After this happens, you know, he gets the dog from his dead wife, who just passed away from cancer. He gets the dog as a present, like in a will or something. And he becomes, you know, he doesn't know do it at first, but he sees it as he explains later, it's a sign of, he won't have to grieve alone. And when the guy comes in, kills it, he, you know, took that away. The main bad guy here is a guy named Vigo, and that's the guy's father. He tries to do everything to protect his son after he knows that John Wick is coming after him. what can you do when someone's coming after you with a gun, you know? Some of the good parts of this movie are the action scenes. The action scenes are very good. Keanu Reeves does very good for his age. He's in his 50s. I think he was like 50, 51 when he did this one. In 2014, he's like 55 now. So, yeah, for his age, he could still do pretty good action set pieces, action movies, you know, the guns and everything. It's not like a lot of hand-to-hand. He does some hand-to-hand stuff at the end with Vigo, but like most of it is guns and everything, and it very good for, you know, Keanu's age 55 or 51, I think here. The music is always good. There's, you know, there's always some sort of music in the background, whether it's a score, whether it's a song, and even some of the way that the stuff is shot. Like the final sequence, the final battle, is shot in the rain, where he kills like the, you know, the henchman of Vigo. I don't think he kills Vigo because I think Vigo's at the beginning of the second one, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna watch that next, but yeah. And just the, you know, I like a good fight scene when the rain is coming down, like in the Matrix too. There was in one of the Matrix movies. I think it was the second one or the third one. There's rain coming down, so I kind of like that. And music playing in the background. What else? Some of the characters. Willem Dafoe plays a character who's connected to John Wick, like a mentor type character. And he is hired by Vigo to kill John Wick. Well, there's a bounty out on John Wick, so he goes to do this, but he doesn't do it. And I think it's because of that connection to John Wick. He doesn't want to do it. Even at the end, not the end, but after this, you know, the bounty was called off, he's talking to him, and when, you know, John Wick thinks he's done after he kills the kid, right? The guy, the Vigo's son. Well, Vigo then takes his frustrations out on Willem Dafoe's character. He kills him, you know, and so that sets John Wick off again, where he goes off and he goes after Vigo. Like I said, I don't think he actually kills him because I think Vigo's at the beginning of the second one. I think. I'll have to look. I didn't really see the end because I've been into this, but I've seen it before. I don't think Vigo dies because I think he's at the beginning of the second one. I remember correctly. Another good thing I like is the establishing, you know, world making, and that's with the Continental Hotel, where assassins come to stay, and there's no killing on the premises, even though I want to call her Lady J because that's what she was in G.I. Joe Retaliation, but I forgot it. She's played by Adrienne Palicki, and she sort of wants to get the bounty, and even though the bounty was called off, she still tries to kill John Wick at the end. She actually is the kill shot, you know, one of the kill shots for Willem Dafoe's character. She shoots him, and then Vigo finishes the job. But like, you know, is there anything bad I can say about this? Like I said, the guy who thinks he can get away with everything because his father. Other than that, I don't think. Well, the character of Harry. All right, introduce this character of Harry. Right, it's an African American man, older gentleman, old friend of John Wick's. Right. Introduce him as maybe he could be, you know, he has a short little cameo in this one, he can be further in sequels, you know, but it doesn't get that far because his character must be not that important. After, I'm just gonna keep calling her Lady J because can't remember her name. After Lady J attacks John Wick in the hotel, he's dragging her out because she's still alive, and Harry pops out with a gun and is like, "Do I know you?" "I'm thinking so." He turns around, "Hey, John, Harry." They're like, you know, you want to earn a coin, you know, catch and release. And well, Lady J breaks her bonds. She's handcuffed. She, you know, slides out of one handcuff, and she takes a pillow, and she shoots Harry. He's dead. And that's another problem too. I know shooting a gun is supposed to not delay, but like muffle the gunshot. But it was still loud. Someone still had to have heard that. And if it's illegal to do this within inside the confines of the Continental, why wasn't he just taking it right away? I understand, Ian McShane, who's in charge of this, of the Continental, he shows up later with a bunch of guys with guns, and they kill her. But it took that long. I understand you needed her to be in the film to further the plot, but I don't know. Yeah, Harry was a pretty pointless character, even though he was introduced. He could have been more. But all in all, guys, this movie was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. So what are your thoughts on the first John Wick? I will be covering Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 and Constantine to finish up this KEANUVERSE reviews. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say about it. Kind of want to keep it short and sweet because someone might be coming in and I don't want them to interrupt this. So yeah, 8 out of 10, or 9 out of 10. Bad. Stupid. 9 out of 10 for me, John Wick. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love, peace, chicken grease.